Okay, I'm going to show you how to play the game of cross out singles. Now, these are the instructions right here. You basically have a game board like this. You're just going to draw your own game board. I'm not printing this out for you. Basically, if you look in here, you can draw a tic-tac-toe board, and you've got the same thing with cross out singles. Now, I'll tell you, it says one or more players. This is probably a game that I think would probably be more fun with about 4 players in it, just because there's kind of some camaraderie there, and there's some competition, because this is a game that you're playing against other people. Now, if I look down here in the directions, the biggest thing to get with this is when a player rolls the die, everybody who is playing the game has to write that number down. But here's the fun part. You're not telling them where you're writing it down. In fact, you don't want them to see your paper at all. You don't want them to see where you're writing the number down. Because the deal with the game is every time what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the highest score, but the only scores you can keep are when we add down here 3 plus 1 plus 6 is 10. And you add down like this, and then you add across, and then diagonally. The only ones you can keep are the ones that are repeats. So in other words, I got to keep this 11 because I had repeats of 11. I got to keep the 10s because there are repeats of the 10. I couldn't keep the 9 and the 6 because they weren't repeats. Okay? So it's kind of a strategy game, and you want to make sure that no one's looking at your paper. So if I go down here, I'm going to look at this game board right here. This is the one that we're going to play with to start off with. And just because I can, I'm going to make it larger because I know it's tough to write in these things the way that they are. So this would be my game board. I would be looking at this one. Only this game board. I'm not looking at this one over here. I'm not looking at anything else. Only this one. And this would be mine. No one else is playing on my game board. They're all making their own. Okay, so let's start the game. So let's say it was my turn. I grabbed the dice. Now, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this or not. I wasn't able to see it in the last video, so here we go. I rolled a 3. If you don't see it, you're just going to have to take my word for it. So now I've got to determine, where am I going to put that 3? Well, you know what? I think the best place for that 3 is, let's just say I'm going to put it in the middle here, okay? There's a 3. So let's say that the next person goes and they roll a 6. Okay, well, where am I going to put the 6? Well, let's just say, okay, well, I've decided I'm going to put my 6 right over here. And the next person rolls and they roll a 2. Okay, so I've got to determine, where is that 2 going to go? Okay, well, I'm just going to take and put that 2 right here, see where that is. And then the third person in the group goes, and let's say that they roll a 5. Well, I'm going to put that 5 right here just for kicks and grins. So now it's my turn again. I take the dice and I roll, and I rolled a 3 again. I'm just lucky that way, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to take that 3 and I'm going to put it across right there. I'm doing no rhyme or reason to this yet. So then the next person gets the dice, and let's say that they roll a 1. Well, I'm going to put my 1 right here. So that gives me 10. So I would like other columns here to be a 10, if at all possible. Okay, so I've got 5 and 3, which is already 8. So let's say that the next person goes and they roll a 4. Okay. Well, I know I don't want to put the 4 here because I would like that to be 10, if at all possible. So let me put the 4 right here. Okay. And the next person goes, let's say that they roll, what do we have? Not much of. Let's see. We don't have very many 2s. So let's say I've got a 2 here. Oh, look, a perfect place for a 2 is right there. That helps me in 2 ways. This is 10, and that is 10. And let's say that the next person rolls, or they roll a 1. Okay, well, that's going to be okay for me. I'll put that 1 right there. So now I'm going to get my totals, my sums. 6 plus 3 plus 1, that's 10, isn't it? 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 5 is another 10. Ooh, that's looking good for me. I like that. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. I don't like that 7 too well. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Ooh, I'm liking that one. That's a 10 for me. 5 plus 1 plus 1. Oh, I like that 7 now. Looky there. I've got a 7, so I can keep my 7. There's 7 plus 3 is 10. Ooh, I'm liking that. That's pretty good. 6 plus 2 plus 2. Well, I know that that is another 10. So look at this. I get to keep all my 10s because I've got repeats of 10s, and I get to keep both of my 7s. So in this round, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 7 plus 7 is 14. So 50 plus 10 would be 60, plus 4. I scored a 64 in this round right here, in this little game. So what I would say is, okay, guys, I scored a 64. And this person over here might say, oh, yeah, well, I got a 72. Okay, so I lost for that to that person that round. But this other person may say you got a 58. Hey, looky there, I beat you. So that is one round. Now, let me open this back up here. As you can see, we've got more than one round of this thing. Okay. Let me zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so 3 rounds makes up a game. There's 1 round, 2 rounds, and then down here for a 3rd round, that makes up a game. So I believe what I would like you to do is I would like you to play at least 2 games. So that means 2 sets of 3 rounds with your partners. It's a fun game. Have fun, try it out. If you have some time later, or if you really are daring, try this game board, the 4x4 array. That one ought to be fun. Okay, hope that you enjoy playing this game right here. And kind of just play it, bring it to me, let me know what you think about cross-out singles, let me know about some of the things that you see. Okay.